29th Sunday in Ordinary Time, I just couldn't pass up the backdrop of these wonderful mums just unfolding behind me. And the readings really, they really highlight the need for persistence in prayer, constancy in prayer, and, God will come through and be faithful to us, as we are constant in our prayer to Him. The Catechism tells us that it's impossible to pray at all times without having fixed times of prayer. And so it's important for us, even as we, practice becoming more aware of God's presence with us and always offering our entire life as a offering of praise and thanksgiving to the Father, that we get to that point. We get to praying unceasingly by intentionally praying at fixed times throughout the day. So make sure you're praying in the morning, make sure you pray at night, and try to remember to stop, throughout the day as well, just so you're intentional about growing in that way. But the gospel reading, speaks of the judge who has no respect for God and no respect for humans as well. And while it communicates this story communicates, the same reality of persistence in prayer coming through in God giving the gift. I think for a lot of people, this is one of those places in the scriptures where Jesus uses a negative example to contrast with God's overwhelming goodness. He's really trying to communicate, look at this guy and how pathetic of a man he is. And even he came through when persistently asked for the good thing. Well, look, he's a pathetic man. God is the God of the universe who has such a tender heart for you, who really wants to pour forth His gifts, who cares nothing more than about your ultimate good. And He's such a good dad. If even this guy, comes through in the end, how much more is that Father who loves you going to provide for you in your time of need? But here's the thing, in our brokenness, in our own experience of life, Jesus tells us we have a Father who loves us so incredibly much, so overwhelmingly much. The devil tells us that our Father is just like that miserly judge who only gave in to get the guy to shut up. So if you get the gift that you want, it's because God just doesn't want to listen to you anymore. It's kind of funny and really sad at the same time. That's what happens in so many people's hearts. They literally take this gospel in as if Jesus is saying what the father of lies communicates about our Father. Our Father is not the judge who only gives in, out of his weariness and just wants to get us to go away. No, our Father walks with us throughout the entirety of the difficulty and sees it through to the end to provide everything that we need.